Hey guys, Jill here from Ask a Vet Tech. Today we're going to talk about why cats vomit. Have you ever had a cat that just randomly vomits and you don't know why? This video is geared toward helping you as a cat owner understand why they vomit, what could be causing it to happen, and if there's anything easy at home that you could do to fix it. As a cat owner, it's really hard to understand why they're vomiting. It's not like they can tell you. So let's dig into the top 9 reasons why they vomit. Jumping to number 1, the most common reason that your cat is going to vomit is the food. I've had cats for over 20 years and I have fed them an array of different foods, and I have noticed some are easy keepers and some are not. We're going to dive into the most common ways to fix this problem and the ones that you need to see the vet about. I will also touch on some super important facts that I feel that every cat owner needs to know. My cat Zeus is a chronic vomiter. Zeus is overweight and he is a food rush eater, is what I like to call him. As soon as I give him food, he rushes to the bowl and he gulps it down as fast as he possibly can. Well, as you and I both know, if you do that, you're going to get a tummy ache, you're going to have some gas, and well, in his situation, most of the time he just gulps it down, he doesn't even chew it, and he pukes it right back out. Well, I have found a solution for this problem. I have 3 cats in my home. I have Zeus, Waldo, and Haley. And ever since Haley moved in with us, she's the youngest of all of them, Zeus's issue with throwing up has become exorbitant. So I have decided that we're going to try something new. And I decided to segregate all the cats. Charles, you have to go, buddy. You're snoring so loud. Go. Ever since Haley moved in with us, Zeus has been super aggressive about eating. Not like fighting, but just like wolfing it down as fast as he possibly can. They eat the same amount of food, and the reason that Zeus does this is because when he lived in the wild, he was fed from a big pan. Zeus had been fed outside with multiple other cats. So it was either eat your food now as fast as you can or go hungry. He learned that that's a survival technique. Not all cats have that. Some just like to guard their food. When Haley moved in with us, Zeus's problem of gulping his food and vomiting it became exorbitant. I personally was sick of wasting food and cleaning it up. So what I do for Zeus, Haley, and Waldo is I separate everyone. I put Haley in the bathroom to eat. Zeus goes in our bedroom and Waldo goes in Gavin's room. And I give them 20 minutes after eating to absorb their food so that there's no rush to go check anybody else's bowl. And by the time 20 minutes is up, they've forgotten that they should go check everyone's bowl. So it's working very well for us, and the vomiting is way less. Most importantly, they're alone with the door closed between them. So there's no aggressiveness to steal other kitties' food. I know what everyone is eating, and I feed them in the morning and night. I also have been wetting down their food, which makes it swell and makes them actually chew it out of the bowl. So Zeus is not able to just gulp it down. He actually has to kind of bring it into his mouth a little bit. So the second reason that cats commonly vomit are hairballs. Hairballs are an unsavory byproduct of any normal cat's behavior. Hairballs come from your cat grooming themselves or a housemate. The cat then swallows the loose hair and it ends up in their stomach. This happens because of the backward tiny protrusions on their tongue called papilla. That roughened surface of their tongue actually brings in more hair than needed. It also helps to push the hair into the stomach. Treatment of the hairballs, it's very simple. Grooming your cat with a brush to remove as much excess hair as possible. It not only feels good, but it eliminates the amount of hair in your environment. So the less hair there is, the less hair they can ingest. Cats also can be taken to the groomer just like a dog on a regular grooming schedule. Your groomer can brush them out, blow them out, and get all that extra hair off so that they feel comfortable, they're being well groomed, and it releases endorphins being brushed and cared for like that. Feeding a food that is geared toward hairball removal is a great idea if you have a cat that has long hair or is a fastidious groomer of himself or housemates. These foods have extra minerals, vitamins, oils, and fiber to help move that hairball through if they do swallow it. If you do have a cat that is an excessive groomer of himself or housemates, watch for signs of distress. When they're trying to vomit and nothing's coming out, not eating, or pooping out hairballs. Sometimes the hairballs can create blockages in the intestinal tract, and you need to see your vet for that. The third reason is grass consumption. When cats eat grass, people think, oh, they like the taste of it, or it's just something that they do. Cats lack the enzymes needed to break down the grass. So when they're eating grass, it is to intentionally make themselves throw up. To induce vomiting can clean out indigestible material, such as hairballs, fur, feathers, small bones. They just want to get that out. If it's causing them discomfort, they're going to eat some grass, they're going to throw up, out comes the bad thing, and all is well in the kitty's world. The fourth reason can be worms or parasites. Cats like to kill mice that make it into our homes when wintertime comes about, and they're just doing their job. But these mice can carry parasites. They also like to go outside and eat other wild animals such as birds, so it's no shock that they're going to get parasites from that. Cats often get roundworms from eating rodents. Most people that see their cat vomit up a worm, it's a roundworm. They can also get it from sharing a litter box with a mate who has roundworms. So even if one cat doesn't go outside and the other one does, the one that's outside can bring them in, drop the eggs into the litter box. All the scratching and moving around of the feces in the litter box can potentially get eggs on your cat's paws, where we go back a step, they're big groomers. It goes from transmission from fecal to oral. So if you have one cat that has roundworms, all your cats have roundworms, and potentially your dogs. It is super simple to fix worms in cats. There is medication you can get from your veterinarian, or the farm store often carries it as well. The fifth reason, cats vomiting up yellow substance or bile from their stomach. This can happen for a couple different reasons, but the most common is cats are not being fed on a regular food schedule. I feed mine morning and I feed mine at night. And the reason I do that is because I want them to have constant blood glucose. I want them to make sure that they're full all the time. I want to make sure that they're not vomiting up bile from their stomach. When a cat has an empty stomach, the digestive acids have nothing to dilute them. This can irritate the lining of the stomach of the cat. When this happens, the cat feels ill and they will vomit out bile, which is usually yellow in color. There's usually not blood with it. It's just a yellow, gross, slimy substance. If cats are only fed one time a day, if they're fed in the morning, usually you'll see it in the evening. Morning feedings and evening feedings can stop this. Now, I want to just stop you right there for a second, and I want to say that when you measure out the amount of food that you're going to feed your cat for the day, I break that into 2 feedings. So if I'm going to feed a 1/4 cup of food for my cat, because that's what the bag says, I'm going to break that in half. I'm just going to scoop it out and I'm going to be like, okay, morning and night, and that's what they get. If you're going to feed them the same amount in the morning and the same amount at night that the bag recommends, you're going to end up with an obese cat. Other common issues that can come from when they throw up bile could be pancreatitis, gastritis, diabetes, or eating something toxic or poison. If you do try this method and after a few days it does not work, please consult your veterinarian. Number 6 is constipation. So this can happen for multiple reasons. We talked about the hairballs already, so constipation could be a hairball, right? It is defined as an abnormal accumulation of feces in the colon resulting in difficult bowel movements. This may result in a reduced frequency or absence of defecation. The feces are retained in the colon or the large intestine. Since the one major function of the colon is water absorption, the retaining feces become hard and dry, which makes passing the feces way more difficult. This issue is common in overweight, older, or to middle-aged kitties that are most of the time not that active. A buildup of hairballs, lack of exercise, and obesity are the top 3 reasons. If your cat is constipated, it's best to get them into the veterinarian as soon as you notice the problem. We can give them medication to get the fecal matter passed in a timely manner to get your cat more comfortable. The 7th reason is allergies. Allergies affect you and me and your cat. So that being said, allergies can come from anything, like environmental that they touch it, breathing in where they inhale it, or food. There is a wonderful test that your vet can do. It is a blood test that they take some blood from your cat and they send it to a laboratory where all that blood is tested against multiple things that your cat could be allergic to, from food to allergens to dust mites to skin cells. There's all kinds of things they could be allergic to. So food is a number one on that list. The proteins in your kitty's food could be causing them allergies. If you switch up their food often and you go from chicken to lamb to turkey to beef to fish to all of those different proteins, that could be causing an allergy in your pet. So if you have allergies, your kitty's scratching a bunch, licking a bunch, just not doing well, vomiting every time they eat, it's time for a trip to the vet. There are shots that can be given that help your cat heal from allergies. So getting them on the correct food, maybe these shots, and hopefully your kitty will be much more comfortable. And you'll be more comfortable because you're not cleaning up vomit all the time. The 8th reason, poison. If you can't sit there and think about what maybe your cat has eaten that could be poisonous, I want to give you some thought on that. Have you ever put out rat bait or mouse bait? Does your neighbor put out rat bait or mouse bait? If your cat goes outside or goes into the garage or basement, any place that you may have put out rat bait, and if they find a mouse that has ingested this poison and has not yet died yet, that in turn poisons your cat. If you have cats, I really strongly suggest not having rat bait in your home. Set some good mouse traps and catch them that way. Cats are fastidious groomers, meaning that if they were to be outside and they walk through something such as antifreeze from your vehicle, maybe there's a small leak or the neighbor has a leak, or you live in town and it could just be on the road. Because they're great groomers and they lick their paws, they could ingest poison that way as well. They can absorb things through the pads of their feet, such as cleaning chemicals. Also think about all those little air fresheners that you plug in. Those aren't super great for your cat. So keep that in mind when you're... The 9th reason can be underlying medical health conditions, such as diabetes, kidney disease, thyroid disease, pancreatitis, or any other gastrointestinal issue or cancer. If you see any of the following, please take them to be examined by the vet. Blood in the vomit, black vomit, vomit that has an odor like poop, a cat that is unable to vomit but is repeatedly trying to, vomit with diarrhea combo, vomiting and not eating or drinking, vomiting with them being extremely lethargic, or vomiting and then crying out in pain. If you're unsure as to why your cat is vomiting, please make sure you take them to the vet. If you're just guessing and you're trying this and trying that and nothing's working, just schedule the appointment and get them in to get them checked over. Your cat is counting on you to take good care of them. You can help support me in a meaningful way to fund my creative work. I have a link where you can buy me a coffee, and I'll also use some of this money to buy dog toys and cat toys and supplies for future videos. I really appreciate any donations. And if you cannot show monetary support, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me grow my channel. I also have an Instagram account linked below if you want to follow along. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I love hearing from you. And always, I'm here for you. You're here for your pet. Have a great day.